RobTebbutt for Behind the Gloves. I'm here today with unbeaten cruiserweight contender Isaac Chamberlain. How you doing today, Isaac?
Tired, training. Just been finished a strong strength and conditioning session with Jay Brockway. Shout out to Jay Brockway. Shout out to Nico Algieri. Shout out to Shona Virtue.
So we're here today at Equilibrium Total Balance in Shepherd's Bush. Just seeing you work out there, it looked pretty intense. How was it for you?
It was good. All the right things I need to do to prepare for this fight. So everything is going great. The training is going well, and just looking forward to the fight now, to be honest.
So we're 4 weeks from the fight, 4 weeks on Saturday, I believe. How preparation gone for this fight? I mean, obviously we had the press conference, which was just before Christmas. Over Christmas and with the break, I mean, how's it sort of settled down since then?
We've just gotten straight to it. We've been training for this fight way before it got announced, so we've just been keeping up what we're doing, you know, and nothing's really changed. We've been practicing what we've always been practicing. There's no different structure or scene. We've just been working on it.
This is obviously the first time you're topping a huge bill. I know you've topped the bill at the York Hall before, but this is quite different. Yeah,
definitely. You know, it's all about keeping my mind right. Keeping my mind right. I'm not changing anything and just focusing completely on the fight, because obviously there's a lot of hype everywhere I go. People are stopping me, oh my days, good luck with the fight and stuff like that. So sometimes it's easy to get caught up in fame and caught up with all these all the things that come with headlining a big show at the O2. So it's good for me to really focus on the task at hand, which is February the 3rd.
A lot of people have made a lot about your sparring with the likes of Alexander Usyk previously and Mike Perez. Do you think that too much can be taken from sparring, or do you think it's just another one of those things to add to one of many improvements?
One of those things to add, to be honest. Sparring is sparring. You know, a fight is different, but obviously the simulation of sparring is the closest simulation to a fight that you're going to get. So that's probably the best preparation. You know, getting used to the punches, the rhythm. You know, getting the punch resistance and little things like that people kind of overlook. But I think sparring with those world caliber fighters definitely shows like it gives me confidence as well to know that, listen, I can mix with the best in the world. So it definitely shows what I can do. It gives me confidence. If I do what I do in sparring in the fight, then I'll be victorious. My uncle has a great game plan. My uncle has a great, like, all the tactics are in place. The training schedule's in place. Jay and Nico, they've been helping me. Fresco Box, been helping with the meals. Everybody's working together. David, my agent, he's sorting everything with the tickets and the sponsorships, and everything is going great. I got a great team around me. My physio, Michael Waffle, he's making sure my body is okay. It's like everything is really in a good place.
Do you find it different at all, the whole topping the bill, the big bill? Have you felt it different in yourself? I mean,
only twice, when it got announced and after the press conference. Only those times you're like, okay, this is it. Like, wow, got here, glory be to God, because I'm topping the bill. And when the fight got announced, I don't think everyone realized that the amount of hype that was behind it. I didn't even realize this was so big. So the whole of social media erupted. I was trending on Twitter and all of that. I had to take off Instagram because it's just so much. My phone was crashing. So I think only those two. But other than that, at the end of the day, it's just another fight. I have to go in there, I have to win, I have to do my best.
Do you think that it's going to have any impact on your performance on the night? The fact that it's been such a highly talked about fight, there's a lot of hype towards it. Do you think you're going to struggle to stay grounded, stay on your game plan when it comes to fight night?
No, because I'm grounded anyway. So all I have to think about, no emotion. I have to just go in there and do my job to be at this.
Okay, now 12 months ago, we're actually on, well, it's the 1st of January today. Happy New Year.
VAT2.
Yeah, thank you. This time last year, you were coming back from an injury. You were rehabbing your shoulder after your fight with Wadi Camacho. How would you assess the last 12 months of your career? I mean, you're now sitting here about to top a bill at the O2, whereas last year you were sitting in the treatment room. I mean, how would you assess the last 12 months?
It was good. amazing. You know, I met so many great people that's helping me with my career. It's just been a bit of a roller coaster. You know, sometimes you don't know you're fighting, you don't know when you're gonna fight again. Oh, is the shoulder gonna get better? Things like that. But now everything is just falling into place. You know, if you work hard and you dedicate yourself for so long, everything eventually will start falling into place. You know, and like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I prayed for this. You know what I mean? That's why it's where I am. You know, and I just kept working. I kept grounded. I kept consistent, and look what's happened now. So, you know, you could say, yeah, it's amazing, but it's like if you think of it and you have mental rehearsal in your mind that it's gonna happen, it will happen.
I just want to touch on something that you've said. Obviously, you know your opponent. You have known your opponent for some time now. That's not always been the case. You've been fighting 6-8 rounders on undercards previously. How big an advantage is that for you compared to your other fights? You know who you're fighting. You know him. You know a lot about Lawrence Okolie heading into your fight, and you've still got more weeks to prepare.
It's good. Most of the time, I don't really look into that because obviously it's my trainers and the other people's. Just figure out the tactic and to watch videos of him and that. I'm just focusing on the training and whatever Ted says, I'll go through with it. All the tactics, I go through with it. So, to be honest, it's just like any other fight. You know what I mean? Like even if you just adapt, as soon as you get in there, you adapt to what the situation is, and then you go forth with it.
Now, I just want to touch on something that's happened in the last 3 days. Last 72 hours has seen Ohara Davies removed from the card. I know he was due to fight on the undercard. Just wanted to gauge your feelings on the situation, really. I know that you know Ohara and you've known him for quite a while. What do you make of what's happened in the last 72 hours with him?
I think I don't really know because I ain't really been on social media much, but he said he made some comments regarding the sun and stuff. I think he was doing it. I think he didn't really know about the 96 people that died. You know, obviously it's a really bad thing that happened. You know, but I kind of think he didn't really know much about that. He was just talking about the sun. Obviously, he's trying to get a fight made with Tommy Coyle, so he was trying to goad him into it. But I know Ohara, he's not like that. You know, he just likes to play the bad guy. He's not really a person like that. You know, but some of the comments people are saying is like, if you're on Twitter and you're sending hate to him, how much can he actually take? Do you know what I mean? He's still human at the end of the day. Obviously, I see some of the comments that people throwing at him, and I'm just like, wow, do you know what I mean? But you know, I think it should die down. Like, I don't know, man. You know, he did apologize. I don't know really what's going through his head at the moment. I don't know if he knew or if he didn't. It's not really for me to comment on. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
What can we look forward to seeing from you in 2018?
Just good fights, you know, being undefeated, helping out my community, you know, inspiring the young kids as well. You know, there's obviously other stuff that happened, like even New Year's, like yesterday I think it happened, there was a stabbing, you know, and the stabbing around Tulse Hill, which is nearly very close to me, like 3-4 people got killed. And it was very sad to hear, because obviously I'm a patron from youth and community and Gloves Not Guns, so I'm trying to steer kids out of the gangs and stuff, you know, and to hear that, it was really sad, you know. It was just like, you know, you trying to help, because that's not the way, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's just, you try and help these kids so much, you know what I mean? But, it's not really, like, it's not nice hearing, you know, kids dying and stuff, and then like their mothers are crying and all of that stuff.
Yeah, so something similar happened to you when you were growing up. Was it your cousin?
Yeah, my cousin passed away that's why I got into boxing, because my mum didn't want me to go down that same route, you know, so she brought me to the gym, and obviously because my cousin was stabbed through gang violence and stuff, so I'm trying to always, because me, I came from nothing, so if I can come from nothing and headline the Old Arena, you know, you can do something, because I definitely couldn't. Like, these guys are the guys that made me like strong. Because before half of my career till now, like for example, my first 2 years as a professional, like I didn't know anything about strength and conditioning. I just went in there. I used to have Doritos before training, you know, no energy. You know, that's how I used to do it. But these guys gave me a structured plan. All the people that are in my life right now, Jay, Nico, Michael, David, Abdul, Fresco Box, you know, they all helped out. Do you know what I mean? Rob as well, because of the way you're looking at me. But yeah, even all my sponsors, Mike Fellows, Paul Jackson, Paul Valentine, everybody, you know, Andrew Marjoram, who else? Hope I didn't forget anyone.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to let you go because I know you're very tired. Do appreciate your time today. Always a pleasure to catch up with you. Any last messages for fans ahead of February the 3rd when you take on Lawrence Okolie at the O2?
You can email tickets. Email isaacboxer94@gmail.com for tickets, and hope you all had a happy new year. Take care.
Okay, well, Isaac Chamberlain, thanks very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves.
Thank you.
Look forward to catching up with you soon. Isaac
Hey
Chamberlain.
fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking right here.